Sun Yingsha. This is the world number one. Down, 1 to 10. Look at her face. That isn't the focus. That's pressure. Sun Yingsha, the queen of control. Miwa Harimoto, 16, fearless, swinging at everything. For Yingsha, losing this set wasn't just embarrassing. It threatened her whole identity at the top. 2025 Asian Cup on February 22nd. So how did the world number one survive a hole this big? Because just minutes earlier, Yingsha controlled with icy precision. Smooth, calm, dominant. You'd think after taking the first set, Sun Yingsha would roll into the second, right? Not even close. All of a sudden, everything collapsed. Miwa Harimoto erupted with fearless aggression. Her shots were explosive, her pace ruthless, her energy electrifying. The scoreboard lit up. Can you imagine something like that happening to Sun Yingsha? What a nightmare for Sun Yingsha. She fought back a few desperate points, but the damage was emotional and real. Miwa had punched a hole straight through the champion's armor. All of a sudden, the heart-stopping escape under suffocating pressure, Yingsha gathered every ounce of composure. She turned panic into precision, doubt into determination, a razor-thin survival. You could feel the arena exhale. Then you'd think after taking the third set, Sun Yingsha would roll into the fourth, right? What came next? Nobody saw coming. All of a sudden, the relentless pushback. Miwa wasn't just talented. She was fearless, stubborn, and burning with ambition. She twisted spins, varied rhythms, and landed impossibly accurate shots. Level again. The 16-year-old was shaking the sport's foundations. But suddenly, the momentum shifted. The fierce breakaway. Now it was Yingsha's turn to ignite. Her footwork became blistering, her counters heavier, her confidence roaring back. Sun Yingsha pushed ahead, but the pressure kept rising. Then, the explosion. Every rally felt like a war. The ball moved faster, the shouts grew louder, the tension turned unbearable. Miwa fought with unbreakable courage. Yingsha stood with the champion's pride. But wait, Sun Yingsha shook you already. But are you ready for the set Qiu Dang and Anton nearly exploded? If you live for comebacks like this, hit like and subscribe, because the next one is even crazier. Qiu Dang, he was down 1 to 9, and somehow this set still ended 19 to 17. This wasn't a comeback. It was Anton's meltdown in slow motion. Qiu Dang, controlled, disciplined, calculated. Anton Källberg, pure fire, swinging like he's trying to break the air. For Qiu, this wasn't about points. It was about holding on to his composure before Anton ripped it away. 2025 WTT Champions, Frankfurt, November 8th. So how does a 1 to 9 disaster turn into a 19 to 17 war? Fire ignites. Anton came out blazing, loud, charged, explosive. Qiu Dang absorbed it all calm and unshaken, stealing the opener with icy precision. What came next, nobody saw coming. Anton strikes back. This time, Anton's fire caught. He hit harder, shouted louder, and bent the rhythm completely to his will. Then Qiu's counter. Qiu Dang tightened the screws. Disciplined, sharp, suffocating. Anton's sparks hit a wall, and then the match rewrote itself. The breakpoint chaos everywhere, both refusing to fold, trading haymakers and nerve. Anton roared, but Qiu never moved. When the crowd thought the set was about to finish, until they saw this, a set everyone had written off or suddenly flipped on its head. Then collapse or control. Anton pushed, but Qiu stayed iron solid. The fire finally burned out, and Qiu closed the door with cold efficiency. But if Qiu's ice didn't shock you, are you ready for the rookie who took down a 2-time Olympic champion? Qiu Dang. The arena was shaking. Every rally a blast of noise and chaos. Young Qiu Dang firing like a fearless prodigy, facing Ma Long, the 2-time Olympic champion. This wasn't just a final. This was the question. Is the new generation about to dethrone the legend? 2024 WTT China Smash, October 6th. 7 games. Every point is a war. And just when everyone thought Ma Long was about to take down Qiu Dang, no one expected what happened next. The stadium exploded. Lin strikes. First from the opening ball, the 19-year-old showed no fear. Qiu Dang attacked Ma Long with ruthless speed, sending shockwaves through the arena. Then everything flipped. The dragon refuses to lose. But Ma Long wasn't rattled. The 2-time Olympic champion steadied the game, tightened his placement, and slowed Qiu Dang's rhythm with clinical precision. Then, experience speaks. Ma Long dictated the rallies, forcing Qiu Dang into mistakes. Each forehand from Ma Long carried weight. Experience crushing youthful fire. But all in a sudden, a battle of nerves. This was survival mode. Qiu Dang unleashed everything. Blistering forehands, fearless rallies, non-stop aggression, but Ma Long dug deep, refusing to yield. This rally broke the match open. Qiu Dang refuses to fold. Qiu Dang wasn't done. He stormed back with fearless aggression, ripping forehands like he had nothing to lose. Every shot louder, bolder, hungrier. Then the teenager turns the tide. Suddenly, Qiu Dang controlled the tempo, smashing through Ma Long's defenses. The teenager owned the court. The crowd sensed history brewing. The passing of the torch. Everything came down to one final set. Point by point, rally by rally, Qiu Dang refused to blink. Ma Long fought hard, but in vain. But wait, just months after Lin Shidong's triumph, another story had already shaken the world. Could a Brazilian at the 2025 ITTF World Cup defy China's dominance? Qiu Dang. Every serve carried the weight of a nation. The arena held its breath. Across the table, Wang Chuqin, world number 1, unbreakable on home soil. Facing him, Qiu Dang, the unshakable Brazilian, eyes locked, refusing to step back. 2025 World Cup, April 19th, China. Men's singles semifinal. 7 games on the line, and everyone in the arena whispering the same question. Is Qiu really about to challenge the king in his own fortress? Momentum bent with every rally. And then, no one saw what happened next. Calm before the storm. Qiu began strong, calm, precise, unshakable. But Wang Chuqin's presence hinted the real battle was about to ignite. Then everything flipped. Suddenly, Wang Chuqin seized control. Every strike was sharp, ruthless, and merciless in pursuit of dominance. Pressure piled on, and Qiu's rhythm began to crack. Each rally grew faster, fiercer, the tension almost unbearable. Wang Chuqin took control, each shot precise and deadly. The arena trembled. History was on the verge of repeating. But that point changed absolutely everything. Momentum flipped. Qiu struck back with raw power and fearless aggression. Every forehand ignited the crowd. Rallies became brutal battles. Raw grit, no mercy, just will against will. Every point hung in the air, silence, trembling with awe. The decisive moment. Everything hung on that final rally. Qiu stood tall, Wang Chuqin refusing to give an inch, the crowd roaring around them. But hold on, Qiu triumphed at the 2025 World Cup. The real storm hit later. Was Wang Manyu finally ready to strike back at the world number 1? If you live for comebacks like this, hit like and subscribe, because the next one is even crazier. Wang Manyu down 7-1. Wang Manyu fought back, but Sun Yingsha edged this set 16-14. On one side, Wang Manyu, fearless under pressure. On the other hand, Sun Yingsha, reigning champion, razor-sharp and relentless. China National Games 2025, November 16th, women's singles final. In this arena, only one can stay on top. Every point isn't just about winning, it's about survival, legacy, and proving who truly belongs at the peak. The question now hangs, will Wang Manyu overcome Sun Yingsha and this unforgiving arena again? The awakening storm. With raw, fearless energy, Sun Yingsha strikes first, her attacks blazing across the table. But Wang Manyu absorbs the impact, her determination quietly igniting beneath the surface. Then everything flipped. Here's the counterstrike. Wang Manyu responds with calm, unshakable resolve, every shot measured and precise. Sun Yingsha's early dominance crumbles as the momentum swings sharply in her opponent's favor. Then here's the heartbreaker. With each rally, the pressure mounts, thick and suffocating. Wang Manyu strikes back with cold, unwavering accuracy, fearless in the face of the storm. You thought Sun Yingsha, the 2024 Paris Olympic silver medalist, would storm back and take it 4-2. Forget it. That hope dies fast. Next, the pressure crushed her even more. With ruthless precision, Wang Manyu dominates the table, sharp and unstoppable. Sun Yingsha struggles for space and breath as the pressure closes in from every angle. What came next? Nobody saw coming. Then suddenly, chaos explodes. Blasting to a 7-1 lead, Sun Yingsha looked safe until Wang Manyu dragged her into a brutal, breath-stopping 16-14 escape. The advantage that once seemed comfortable suddenly turned frighteningly fragile. Then, a single miss, and the dream cracked. The decisive moment racing ahead 8-2, Sun Yingsha looked untouchable until Wang Manyu flipped the entire set on its head. A win that felt in hand vanished, leaving only heartbreak. You think that was wild? If you think that was intense, what happens when Fan Zhendong and Harimoto push each other past the breaking point at the 2024 Paris Olympics? If you live for comebacks like this, hit like and subscribe, because the next one is even crazier. Fan Zhendong 2024 Paris Olympics, August 1st. Pressure starts here. You could hear the whole arena react at once. Across the table, Fan Zhendong stood like a forged weapon, calm, silent, perfectly focused. But on the other side, Harimoto erupted into the arena like a live grenade, screaming, charging, firing himself into a frenzy. And before you could even process it, Harimoto blasted the 2020 Olympic silver medalist with this score in the first set. It wasn't just a strong start. It was Harimoto's chaos hitting Fan Zhendong's calm like a hammer on steel, fire slamming into ice, and you were right in the middle of it. Was Fan Zhendong really in danger, or was this just the spark before the giant woke up? The storm bursts. Harimoto came in like a lightning strike. Violent, explosive, fearless. Fan Zhendong didn't flinch, and the entire arena lost its mind in shock. What came next? Nobody saw coming. Harimoto never let up. Pressure, attacks, chaos, pouring non-stop. And you can see it. Fan Zhendong's iron focus finally wavered. And then the match rewrote itself. Suddenly, you felt the shift. Fan Zhendong erupted with brutal accuracy. Harimoto was pushed back, helpless as the throne tilted back toward its king. Every rally bent to Fan Zhendong's will. Precise, relentless, merciless. The match leveled, and the whole arena tightened with electric tension. But this next rally, it wakes him up like fire. Momentum snapped back. Harimoto ignited, fast and fearless. Even the great Fan Zhendong was suddenly driven onto the back foot. At that moment, everything was on the line. Locked in with killer focus, Fan Zhendong turned every defensive touch into a counterstrike. Slowly, relentlessly, he pulled the momentum back under his control. The decisive moment. With iron focus, Fan Zhendong punished every loose ball, turning defense into instant offense. The momentum swung hard, his control tightening until Harimoto had no space left to breathe. Fan Zhendong completed a thrilling comeback, calm, ruthless, unstoppable. After watching the most insane table tennis comeback ever, which part surprised you the most? Comment below and share your thoughts with the reason why.